Crimea is having a referendum on March 16th. It's a hilarious referendum. It's hilarious because of the questions that are on the referendum. I'll get to that in a second. But first of all, Russia is putting on just an absolute show of propaganda. I mean, my God, they took propaganda and this one goes to 11, okay? They've got billboards all over Crimea that look like this. Crimea in the beautiful Russian flag colors with a blue background, or Crimea in Nazi colors, black and red, with a swastika in the middle. And it says underneath, March 16th, we choose. Apparently those are your two choices, all right? And they refer to the new government in Kiev as nationalist fascist youngsters. And they say that it's an orgy of nationalists, extremists, and anti-Semites. Now, wow, the Russians all of a sudden looking to fight back against anti-Semites. So what's happening there? No. What they're trying to do is remind the Crimeans that during the Soviet Union, when we had World War II, Crimea was heroic in fighting against the Nazis, right, who were anti-Semitic and fascist and all that stuff. And they're basically saying, remember, you're Russians, okay? And we're proud that you're Russians, and remember how we stuck together during World War II. Okay, it's a brilliant piece of propaganda, right? Now, speaking of brilliant, let's go to the referendum itself. They have two questions that the good people of Crimea will be asked. Question number one is, are you in favor of reunification of Crimea with Russia as part of the Russian Federation? Okay, that's clear. So you'd be voting with Russia. Let's go to the second question. Are you in favor of restoring the 1992 Constitution and the status of Crimea as part of Ukraine? Oh, okay, it seems like that's also clear. You know, you're either going to be with Russia or you're going to be with Ukraine. Nope. See, that is a wonderfully devious question. Turns out that if you go back to the 1992 Constitution, Crimea is not necessarily part of Ukraine. Reuters explains. This foresees giving Crimea all the qualities of an independent entity within Ukraine, but with the broad right to determine its own path and choose relations with whom it wants, including Russia. So the second question does not give you status quo. It brings you to a new position where Crimea could then later decide to go with Russia. In fact, Reuters explains just a little bit more. This second option only offers a slightly longer route to shifting the peninsula back under Russian control. So the question is not Russia or Ukraine for Crimea in the referendum. The question is Russia today or Russia later. That's a nice little trick.